Hi there, and welcome back to X-Wing Sweden. Today we have the fifth round from the regional in Linköping. And on the left here you have Jonas, who's flying Captain Nim, the Rebel version, with VI, a bomb bullet generator, guidance chips, harpoon missiles, and an auto blaster turret. And he's got a Wedge with adaptability, BB-8, plasma torpedoes, and guidance chips. And Aaron Kraken in the C-95 with also VI, harpoon missiles and guidance chips. So this is a pilot skill 10 Alpha Strike Rebel list here. And on the right you have Rickard, who is flying the 4 Wookiees with Wookiee commandos. And as you can see, he is forwarding up in his right corner, forcing the opponent to come to him. And we have both of these players are undefeated so far here, so it's always with table 1 that's on the stream. And we've sped up here because, as you can see, the Wookiees are doing Wookiee things in that corner, and I'm not sure we have the patience here to watch this in normal time here. As we can see, Jonas is trying to move his ship so he can strike one Wookiee from down right here before taking on the entire pack of Wookiees. I don't know, do Wookiees travel in packs, or whatever do we call them? Hunting parties, I guess. And we are closing here. Jonas is almost at the opposing board edge now, and he's taking the long way around here, getting outside that bottom rock for hard turns the following turn, trying to strike at the Wookiee that is blocking all of his friends there and who has no arc facing that way. And as you can see here, everything is bumping except that one. So now we're back to normal speed here, because now we have some action on the Wookiee's part. And this is in no way any kind of a complaint over Richard's strategy here, because the Wookiees, the flying carpet as it might be called sometimes, this is a pretty good strategy, because you have a lot of dice in the final salvo. It's 4 times 3, that's 12. And there's not that many opposing squads that is a threat to that. And forcing the opponent to come to you makes it easier for you to have your arcs pointing the right way when you get to the shooting part. So now we have hard 2 turning Nim here, trying to come up from the edge of the map there. And next turn there should be range for shooting. And one of the Wookiees, who has been turned away now, needs to do a hard left next turn. And if the question is, of course, how much shooting there will be from the Wookiee's part. And then that's Wedge, who's ending up just in front of that rock, and that doesn't matter because he has BB-8, so he can go either way next turn. So Jonas has given him a good chance for the Alpha Strike next turn here, because with the Plasma Torp from Wedge, and then 2 harpoon missiles going into 1 Wookiee, and there is no Lorik here, but there is the reinforce action. But he still have a good chance of doing some serious damage here before the Wookiees even get a chance to shoot back. And the Wookiees want to, of course, if they lose 1 ship, they want to take another one. So they could potentially kill Kraken or Wedge. Kraken is the easier target. But I don't... Ooh, he's just doing a 1 straight. Or the other one... Oh, there might not be range from the back Wookiees here. I think this is exactly what Jonas wants. Because I can see banks coming in here, with just 1 slow banks from all the rebel ships. Wedge could barrel to the left and do a 1, maybe a 2 straight. And with the barrel he can also manages the distance he travels to make sure his Alpha Strike is only against 1 Wookiee. I would have done the quickest move possible if I were Richard here, even if that means your Wookiees have to start turning around then. They are moving or facing not super maneuverable ships, except Nim with the barrel there. And it's a 2 bank. And this looks like they just might be range to 2 of the Wookiees, maybe. And that's the perfect engagement for you. Well, the perfect is only 1, but if you get 2, that's okay. And if they have to shoot Nim, if he might be the only one in range for the back Wookiee there in the center. That's not the end of the world, because Nim can tank a lot of damage before he goes down. Also, if he can get in and then drop the bombs after the Wookiees try to, scatter, they will take damage that they can evade, and the bomb generator is very good versus Wookiees. Now, there is no Sabine for the guaranteed extra one, but it's still, it should be 1 damage from each every time the bomb detonates on every ship that's in range, averagely. So we have BB-8 here, putting Wedge in a perfect move to get his torpedo off as well. Yeah, there's the 2 straight. So this is all about range now, how many Wookiees can shoot. And I don't think the back Wookiee can shoot. But we'll see. Maybe there should be just a 1 straight from Wedge there, would have been enough. There's also the issue that BB-8 can't go to the left next turn for the barrel roll for Wedge. A 1 straight would have had maybe both options open. So this is, I don't know which one, I would assume it's the Plasma Torp going off first from Wedge, which is also no damage. No, this was... Okay, it's Kraken of course, because then he can give an action, so one of the other ones has a focus as well when he shoots. So Reinforce takes away 1, so it looks like the target lock actually gave him 4 hits. So that was the harpoon from Kraken. And then he gives an action to Wedge, so Wedge can now shoot with target lock and focus with his plasma. And also reducing the agility with 1. Okay, so now we have Nim. And he is using his guidance chips. And only 1, so 3 more goes in. 1 is from the Reinforce. And there are now damage cards on that Wookiee. And there was a crit, so they're checking splash range as well. Which means he's taking shields from the back Wookiees. Maybe even the one at the top. And there's a new harpoon condition as well. So looks like there's 3 hit points left on that Wookiee. And he didn't even have to spend his target lock. So that was a good missile from Nim. And now he has Wedge shot left. I guess he's thinking about if he needs the torpedo or not. We'll see what he decides to do here. I mean, he could potentially kill the Wookiee anyway, because he will have 3 dice versus 0, only the Reinforced, target lock focus. Yeah, he's deciding to shoot his Plasma Torp. And if it's 4 hits, that Wookiee is dead, because it gets no dice. No die on defense due to Wedge's ability. And then I don't know what that was they're thinking or talking about here right now. But there should be 1 dead Wookiee, unless I missed something. Yeah, remove the one that is for the Reinforce, and then there were 3 left. Yep. So that's 1 dead. We might be thinking if we could risk getting a crit, maybe, for more splash damage. But there is splash damage automatically when the ship dies, yeah. So everyone gets 1. And now we only have 2 Wookiees shooting back, I assume. And you can shoot Nim or Wedge, which is nice, because Kraken is the easier target here. And Wedge is at range 3 with a focus. You should note, of course, the wedge does not have integrated here because he has guidance chips for that alpha strike, which turns his one of the hits into a crit to automatically trigger the harpoons. And he blanks out on the first Wookiee roll. And the second one with Wookiee Commandos, also nothing. So this was one round of shooting, just erased the Wookiee and no damage to the Rebel Alpha Strike. And this is now Yuna's game to lose here, because I don't really see how these Wookiees can not take all the bombs here from Nim. You could bump one Wookiee here and then drop a bomb for the next turn. Or you can just do one straight with everyone and just unload at range 1, which is potentially the same effect as the torpedoes almost, except Kraken gets 1 die less. And with no harpoon conditions, there is no risk you damage your own ships. And all the Wookiees are in a spot where if you just go straight with him now, or even a bank to the left, there's a perfect bomb drop next turn. You might want to risk taking all the range 1 shots from the Wookiees with him just for that, because he will be behind them next turn. Let's see what Jonas has decided here, but so I guess if you move Kraken and Nim first here, BB-8s to the right, and then just a 1 bank, you can have Wedge behind Kraken and Nim. Just to make sure the Wookiees' moves are really messed up next turn. There's not a really good spot for them to move without bumping, which means they won't get the reinforce. And then you can K-turn both Kraken and Wedge. So it looks like he is moving his Kraken first. Looks like a K-turn, or just a really fast. No, I guess Nim is doing the just rushing. And I think it's a good call to just bump one of the Wookiees here to take 2 range 1 shots, and then drop a bomb next turn. And then you do a similar move with Kraken, and then barrel to the right, bank 1 with Wedge. You can afford to lose a ship here if you're Jonas, doesn't really matter, because once Nim can drop bombs next turn and then get behind the Wookiees. Okay, he's only doing the 1 straight with Kraken, which means Wedge is not BB-8ing and 1 banking. I guess Wedge could be 1 banking where he is already. Yeah, he is. So this is 3 range 1 attacks on the top left Wookiee, with a focus from Kraken here. You take target lock with Wedge, and then you can get the focus after Kraken shoots. We'll see what he decides, but take the focus, or you take the target lock, doesn't really matter in what order. So he takes the focus first, and let's see how much damage they can pour in with range 1 shots. Okay, that's from the Ray crew, which for some reason isn't shown on the overlay, which means there were focus tokens banked on Ray from all the entire approach. As you can see, that to the left appears to be 5 focus tokens left on her as well. So yeah, he's going to shoot the one that all his ships can focus fire on. That is going to be a range 1 shot, 4 dice. Or no, okay, this is Kraken first, of course. 3. So reinforce 1, take 1, I guess. Then you give a target lock to one of your friends. Yeah, to Wedge, because Wedge takes away the evade die. And that looks like a good shot from Wedge. And reroll with the target lock, and then focus for 4. Takes 1 from reinforce, I guess. The 3 goes through. 3, 4. It means I don't think you can kill the Wookiee outright here unless you get a lucky crit through. Maybe you could, because he should have lost at least 1 from the, maybe 2 from the splash damage. I think you blanked that, which means he takes 3. I think... Well, we'll see if he's still alive or not. I think he has 1, maybe 2 hit points. So he's shooting back. Okay, commandos, just 1. The dice are not helping Richard here right now. Rickard, I think he's Swedish, but... And more dice. Wookiee commandos. Like, no, I think he pushed some damage through. So 1 damage goes in. I don't really know who he's shooting at, which guy that is. I think it's Wedge. So Wedge has 2 more damage, 2 more hit points left. And no integrated. So 1 goes through, which means Wedge will shoot once more this turn. And there's a perfect 4K for Wedge. There's a 3 Talon roll if you want for Nim and dropping the bomb. And there is probably a 3 or what K do the Z95s have? I think they have the 3K. Okay, so we're gonna have to move a lot of ships now. Making sure the Wookiees can get past here, but they're just gonna move straight into the bomb from Nim. So statistically there's gonna be at least probably that the Wookiee that took the damage should be probably die this turn before it gets to shoot due to the bomb. And if not, probably from at least 1 shot from the opposing squad of rebels. And that the one thing they put there is the perfect place where the bomb will be dropped as well, because I think he put it in Nim's guides at the back. So he's more or less landing exactly where the bomb will be. Yep. So there's the perfect bomb spots. Okay, we have 2 more Wookiees. He gets to take a reinforce at least, but he has no shots this turn. And all of the opposing rebels are just gonna be able to K-turn. So this guy is trying to get out of bombing range with a hard 2 to the right, which is probably the right call here, but these Wookiees are really in a bad spot, and he runs over the rock. He doesn't end up on it, but that doesn't matter because there is no arc. And I don't think he will. Maybe if there's a 3 Talon roll from Nim. And maybe he will have arc on a 4King Wedge. But we have to remember Wedge has BB-8, so he could barrel before. And I don't think... Yeah, he took a shield from the rock as well. And then we have... Okay, so he's at least preventing BB-8 barrel rolling for Wedge there. Maybe. Maybe not if he actually bumps into the side. Maybe there is room for the barrel roll. Don't think there is, but it could be. So... Yeah, just checking damage here. So this is Wedge, and he is 4King, I assume. Can't see why not. He's gonna get 1 shot off, and then he might die from the 2 Wookiees who have him in arc. But if one of the Wookiees goes down, which it will, probably just from the bomb here, and then Wedge will also do some damage to another one, that's okay. And then there's a 3K from Kraken. We also have to remember Nim has the auto blaster, so he might not do this Talon roll. He could just do drop the bomb and do too hard to the left, because he would be having both range one shot or the auto blaster shot, and this bomb is going to hit two of the Wookiees, most likely killing the one on top of it. Yeah, there is a hard 2. Let's see if it fits. I think it does. I think it goes just past Kraken's base. Yeah, that wasn't even close. So Nim can decide to either auto blaster or do a primary into that Wookiee just in front of him. So he takes a target lock. And then we go to combat, and I guess he's going to pull in a focus from Ray. And then the bomb is going to go off. And that's 1 damage, and that Wookiee is dead. And the other one, he takes no damage. So only 1 damage from 4 dice, but it was on the right Wookiee for Jonas here. And then, let's see. I don't think Kraken can shoot at the leftmost Wookiee, so Kraken shoots at the other one. Range 1, no mods. No, 1 maybe? And it looks like it took 1. And then he gives... doesn't he allow him to take an action? And then Wedge can't do that. I don't think... I'm not really sure what the Kraken ability is. If you can just assign something, or if he's actually allowed to take the action. Well, I don't think it really matters here, because this game is Jonas by now, but I think he needed to give that to Nim, but I'm not really sure. But I think it allows it to take free action, and you can't do that if you're stressed. But, well, it was 1 from Nim doing 4 damage here at range 1 into that Wookiee. And one of them was a crit, which I can't really read what it did. And oh, I guess it was -1 red die. And he did no damage anyway to Wedge there, so he didn't need the focus token or anything. And then we have the other one shooting. Range 1 into Kraken, perhaps? Wookiee Commandos 2. And blanks. So, 2 shields off of Kraken. So I don't think the focus on Wedge did any difference here, if it was correctly played or not, but I'm gonna have to look that up later. Then we have the Wookiee with crits, which I believe is a weapons failure crit. Banking 1 to the right, hoping to catch something in arc, but I don't think he will. Maybe Wedge is just 1 banking to the right, but then he will probably political kill the Wookiee. And you can't reinforce both the front and the back here, so Nim is probably just going to go up straight behind you. Yeah, he's going to fix the crit, and he failed, so he's still at 1 red die less. And then there's a hard 2, and this I think means that this Wookiee is going to eat another bomb. I assume he's going to just, or Jonas is just going to move Kraken really fast now to avoid the bomb area. Keep the stress, just make sure you don't take any damage, and then drop on bomb with Nim. We'll see. So this is Kraken, and he did not clear that, so you might not drop a bomb with him then. I guess he did a 1 or 2 straight to clear the stress. But at least he's not getting shot at, so it's not the end of the world. And I think Nim is untouched, so taking a range 1 shot from the Wookiee isn't the end of the world. And 1 straight. So you have Auto Blaster on either Wookiee, maybe a primary on the top one. Hard to tell the arcs here. And if you have a 1 bank with Wedge, you will kill that Wookiee this turn. Okay, I assume he's going to take a target lock because he does have a lot of focus tokens on Ray anyway. He's thinking maybe he's going to barrel. Don't really know why or where. Well, we'll see. No, he decides to target lock. I think that's the right call. Because he should be able to take that Wookiee off the board this turn. And there's just a 1 straight with Wedge. Okay. Well, maybe he's counting on Nim auto blastering the other one to death if it only has 2 or less hit points left, and then you can use Wedge to do damage into the other Wookiee before Wedge dies. And then Ray focus. And then we shoot. And I am assuming this is an auto blaster against the top Wookiee. Because target lock focus. No. Oh, he's in arc, probably. Or maybe this is Wedge, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he's going to spend his focus. Yeah, it's Wedge range 1, and he only has the reinforce. So 2 hits and a crit. So if there were more damage cards already on that Wookiee, Nim could kill it with its Auto Blaster. But I think he's shooting the other way. I think he has more than 2 hits left. So looks like a focus and a blank, so he's going to spend his target lock to try to get... And that's a cock die. And he ends up with 1 hit, I think. And then focus on the other one, yeah. So that's a dead Wookiee. And this guy's going to try to kill Wedge. Range 1 with Wookiee Commandos against an unmodded 2 greens. So I guess Wedge should die here. And I think he blanks out, so yeah. That should be a dead Wedge. And then we go back to dials, and here is the next turn, which probably is the last one of the game. So that gets past Nim just barely, which means a bomblet should probably be in range of the Wookiee. Unless, of course, Nim just goes a 1 straight to bump, but I think if you're Nim here, you hard turn to the left. Or maybe bank. Yeah, this guy is gonna go away, and he decides to target to a K-turn. And then we have a... Okay, yeah, he was banking to the right, so he just decides not to drop the bomb, not to do any damage to himself. Which means there's not going to be any shots at all this turn. Well, there is. Kraken has a range 3 through a rock, I think. Which means it's not going to hit, but you never know. And if you can give an action to Nim can barrel to trigger the auto blaster. I don't know the range on Kraken's ability, but if it's range 2, he might be in range. Okay, they're checking arc first of all. And it's impossible for me to see, but he's picking up dice, so yeah. Looks like a range 3 through the rock. So I guess nothing. And then we have a new turn. And the Wookiee is hard turning over the rock. I guess he's doing this to make sure that Kraken can shoot him, and Nim is probably guessing he's going the other way. But if you just go do a one straight or one bank with Nim here, you still have range. And of course you take the damage from the rock. The dice have definitely not helped Ricard this turn, or this game. I mean, that's one of the Wookiees, liabilities. They only have Wookiee commandos, so the red dice can be less than effective a lot of the time. They can also be very effective, of course, because you might get, every time you roll the die, there's a 50% chance it's a hit or a crit. And there's a 3 bank with Nim. And there might be range 1 auto blaster. Takes the target lock, gets the focus on Ray. And they're checking range. Yeah, that's going to be auto blaster. And hits, doesn't matter if you get the green die. And that's the end of the game. Okay, so I think this Rebel squad here is a very good counter to fortressing Wookiees. At least the 4 version. If you have the 3 Wookiees, that can dish out a lot of stress due to tacticians. It might be a different game, but at least when you get the Alpha Strike off, like Jonas did here, it's in the Rebel squad's favor. So thank you for watching.